I know a lot of people today are very concerned with AI. And we've even been approached by people who say, are you even going to have a job in 10 years? Because AI
in 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Oh my gosh, it's advancing so quickly. So let's talk a little bit about AI and why that's not really the case. But it is an important topic that we need to cover. One of the things that I've noticed is, well, let's have you talk to that. Okay. Is AI going to replace us, Nicole?
Some days, if it means I can retire, sure. But no, I don't think it'll replace us entirely, because AI, just like a good racehorse, right, needs a trainer. And a lot of business owners don't have time to sit and train AI and to get it to do what it needs and to do all the elements, right? So,
well, and to learn it, right?
Yeah, to learn it. And so marketing, I think, is going to shift where we're going to become more AI trainers, and we're still going to leverage it, but there's still a human factor, right? AI doesn't know everything. It can manipulate, but we have also seen where it tells you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not what your audience wants to hear.
No, echo chambers aren't always helpful.
No. And so getting it to actually speak to your audience is going to be a key part of what your marketing team's doing, I think.
Yeah, and to piggyback that, absolutely. You get out of it what you put into it. And a lot of these AI chatbots, Grok, whatever, ChatGPT, you really have to nurture them and give them a lot of information and give them the right information to get them to spit out the right and correct things for you. But like you said, it's a good racehorse. It requires a lot of training, but also knowing how to use it. And just copying and pasting into your social media is not going to get you the results that you want. But also, you know, it's best utilized for processes and systems and doing all of the grunt work. And we actually utilize it quite a bit at Recon, because if you're not using it, then you're behind the times. You can't just ignore it and pretend that it doesn't exist. You do have to utilize it. I mean, and why wouldn't you? It's a great tool. We have nothing but good things to say about integrating AI. It's great, but what it does is it automates the things that don't take as much creativity and they don't take the experience. And that's where the human element comes in. I saw this great TikTok the other day that had this really big marketer, and he was talking, and I echo what he said, is AI will and can do about 90% of what a lot of businesses do, not just marketing, but we'll talk in the marketing sphere. 90% of what marketing does, scheduling, putting things out, those kind of grunt work things, it can do all of that. And
double
if you're not
checking for like brand voice or different things like that.
All of those things are really important things, and definitely utilize it, because if you don't, then you're missing out, but also you're going to be 10 times more efficient. And when we have utilized AI in that way, we have been very efficient, quick turnarounds, quick updates on the algorithms, information, things like that. That's really good. So AI does 90% of that. But what is really missed here is that 10% that AI cannot do. And that 10% hugely outweighs the 90% that they can do. So that human element is really important. And it kind of comes back to even just like, for example, Canva. You know, Canva is a great tool that a lot of people think that, oh, I don't need a graphic designer. I can just use not ChatGPT. I can use Canva to create these designs and put them on social media. Well, that may be true, but from a graphic design perspective, there's so much that you can't do with it that you need to do a lot of, oftentimes exporting, things like that, layers, things like that, customizable, things like that.
It prints well and that it looks well in different spaces.
Right, and it doesn't follow a lot of the graphic design rules that you would know through years of experience and professional training, right? And so utilize it, absolutely, but utilize it within the sphere that you are the one with the knowledge, you are the one with the experience, and you can make sure to leverage it properly. You're not going to see a multi-million-dollar company go and make Canva designs for their social media. That seems silly. So why would you as a small business do that as well? Same with AI. You don't want AI to be in charge of all of your marketing, but you should use it, right? And so that's where we come in, is we come in with our expertise. And like, to your point, not everyone has the time to learn all of these platforms. And there's a new one every day. And every AI platform is starting to be specialized, right? So you have ones that are specialized in image creation. You have ones that are specialized in copywriting. You have ones that are specialized in processes and integrating with calendars. And so business owners barely have time. Right now, one of the biggest things that we get is people coming to us saying, I don't have time to post every day on social media. It's not that they can't do it. And just like, you know, AI, it's not that you can't go out and learn these AI, it's that you don't have the time. So you utilize us and our expertise to be able to know what to use, how to use, and take it from there.
Well, and now that AI is becoming a huge part of search engines with search engine optimization, we really need to make sure that your assets or your website and different things are readable by the AI.
Yes, absolutely.
And so making sure that that's possible, and it's going to change the user experience, right? Searching experience. It's not just keywords anymore. It's information. And also, if the information's not readable on your website, or it's not
crawlable, right?
Crawlable, or the information isn't there, you're going to have AI telling the world what you do. And maybe you're selling ice cream, but it's trying to sell socks with your ice cream.
Right,
there's going to be some
it
weird
doesn't have the
thing.
intelligence to know. Well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they're selling socks and ice cream, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where we come in too. But to your point, we had one last week, one of our clients, we were utilizing AI and asked it to summarize what our website did, and realized that the coding wasn't there for ChatGPT to be able to read it, or for Grok to come in and read it. A lot of people don't realize this, and here's some more free information. Add this to educational. Shopify has really strict coding to make sure that these AI bots can't crawl your website, because they're trying to protect your information. And so it's a good thing
your
that
cart information and like the
right, like your credit card information, your name, and all of your private data.
They don't want your website to commit fraud or other issues like that.
Yeah, and they want to cover their butts too, right? But there are ways to go around that, and coding that you can incorporate to make sure that these chatbots can come in and read your information without getting that, private information. And so we had to go in and we make sure that we stay ahead of that and put in the coding to make sure that our clients' websites are readable. And to that point, you're kind of my data person. You know how these things work. It's kind of lost on me. What's the difference in the way that, because ChatGPT is going to have its own browser here soon, not browser, but search engine. It's going to be its own search engine soon, and probably replace Chrome eventually. I don't know. That's what it's looking like. Chrome definitely has some keeping up to do. But within that sphere, traditional SEO and keywords, tell me how about that's a little bit different, because now they're not just looking for keywords. What are they looking for, and how do you have to structure your website for that? We don't want to give them away too much, but let's tell them a little bit.
So as far as it used to be really easy. You want to rank for your dentist office and you're in Idaho Falls, dentist office, Idaho Falls, and you make sure that's on your website. Right. And there's some other technical elements that are there. But now you really have to nurture that, because it's funny, we're using AI to search for human created content, and we're trying to get it to the point where there needs to be information. Why are you a dentist in Idaho Falls? What's going on with that? What services do you offer? And all of those connecting pieces. And so it's not just let's just put the keyword on there and hope it sticks. It's actual giving explanation and giving information to feed the AI so it actually knows what you do and understand. Otherwise, it's going to make assumptions, and that's how you're going to end up in trouble.
Yeah, that's how you end up with socks in your ice cream.
Yeah.
That's not ever going to die. We're going to use that from now on. But also it summarizes the data, right? So it's not just pieces. It takes everything and makes a whole picture. It's no longer just looking for little things and then bringing it back. It's looking at the entirety of it and then bringing that.
Exactly.
And that's even how the search results are coming back nowadays, is instead of just having 3 things, it gives you a paragraph and then makes recommendations based on that.
It's like chocolate chip cookies, right? If you search for a chocolate chip cookie recipe, you have to have the whole recipe on your website. You can't just be like, oh yeah, we have chocolate chip cookies.
Right? Or just chocolate chips.
Yeah.
You need to have the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And so, so to that point, AI is important, and we're absolutely utilizing it. If you don't, that's a problem. It's kind of this hand-in-hand thing. You don't ignore it. It's not going to replace us. You got to use it. It's a tool just like everything else.
Yep, exactly. Just like when the internet came alive.
Yeah, exactly. They had to shift everything, but the internet didn't replace people. It just made their lives a little bit easier.
It didn't replace books. We still have books. There's still information there that we have to collect. So.
It's true, absolutely. And to that point, AI can make mistakes, and you have to be careful. Another thing is, you get in these. I don't remember what they call them. They call them ghost results, where ChatGPT can actually come back and give you statistics that aren't real, which is really insane to me, that they can come back and you have to ask and make sure that it's giving you sources, because I've tested this myself, and they'll say something like 30% of the time it works every time. Yeah. That's an Anchorman quote for you there. But you say, okay, can you give me more information on that? And it'll say, well, I can't find any information on that. And you say, well, how did you come up with that? And it turns out it's just giving you an echo chamber bias, because it wants to feed you what it thought you wanted. And so that's another thing that comes in with our expertise, is knowing to not just blindly accept what AI comes back with, but to push further, but also in how you ask those questions and frame them. Hey, AI, don't give me what I want to hear. Give me the facts, those kind of things. So, as long as you have that human element, you can keep that in check and utilize it to the best of your ability.
Thanks so much for watching. We love talking about marketing and branding. It's something we're really passionate about. And if you can like and follow us, we'll continue to give you tips and tricks, or give us a call. Let us talk out some ideas with you.